Hey, what's up guys? Mike Red Fox. In this video, we're going to test the 1660 Ti versus the 1660 Super. So the reason I wanted to do this video, there's been a ton of questions coming in around what is the better buy, either the 1660 Ti or the 1660 Super, as we look ahead into the future. I think a lot of people are considering what might be better post the merge of Ethereum. So when you can't mine Ethereum anymore, what GPU is going to be better in the long run? Now, a little bit of history on these two GPUs. The 1660 Ti came out first. It was priced around $270 MSRP and did really well on Ethereum and a few other algorithms as well. And then shortly after came out the 1660 Super, which had better RAM inside the graphics card, which meant better performance on Ethereum. Not by much, and we'll look into that in a second. But what the real win was for miners with the 1660 Super is that the price was way cheaper than the Ti. The 1660 Super's original MSRP was $230. And that's what I picked up some for way back when. So now when you look at them, they're kind of around the same price point. They are definitely a favorite amongst miners, pre-30 series cards. I really love my 16 series cards. They are just workhorses. I've never had a problem with a single one. And they just, at the time, were so efficient and still really are on Ethereum. So what I figure I'll do in this video is we'll look, of course, first at how they do sized up next to each other on Ethereum, and then we'll test some of the popular algorithms that people are thinking about when Ethereum goes to the merge. And so after Ethereum, what we'll do is we'll test Ravencoin, so that does on these GPUs, and then we'll test Ergo and see how that does on these GPUs. So let's switch over here to the computer. I've had these mining on Ethereum for a little bit here. And let's take a look at their performance and a few other things that I have up. So straight away, you can see in T-Rex, the performance of these GPUs. So I have the Ti doing 30.6 megahash per second at 75 watts. And the Super is doing a killer 32 megahash per second at 69 watts. What I'm running as far as overclocks and stuff is, let's take a look. MSI running 1,000 memory overclock on both GPUs. That is what I run these at all the time. And what I'm doing is running the core clock locked in the T-Rex miner batch file. And I have that locked as we go over here at 1050, which is what I traditionally use on both of these GPUs. Now, taking a look at these graphics cards a little further, they are both EVGA 1660, either Ti or Super. I think these are the SC Ultras that I have here. And on the screen right now in GPU-Z, I have the Ti, which you can see is with Micron memory. Then when we switch over to the Super, that one has Samsung memory inside of it. Other interesting facts before we get into testing these a little further is I want to look at how they're pulling power. And so first, let's look at the Super. So again, these are locked at the core clock right now, so they're running the most efficient that they can run. And if you look on the PCIe, the Super is pulling 44 watts over the riser, which is actually more than I really expected it would pull. And it's only pulling 25 watts over the 8-pin power plug on the top. So it's pulling most of its wattage over the riser, which is really interesting. And we're looking at the Ti, it is pulling, again, most of its wattage over the riser, 45 watts versus almost 30 coming over the 8-pin power plug. So again, PSA, make sure you're powering your riser properly. Make sure you're using PCIe when powering your risers. So if you just looked at Ethereum, then the Super is the better buy. Even if you got them at the same price point, you can see the performance is better on the Super and the efficiency is better on the Super, coming in at 0.471 versus 0.415. But the big question has been, well, what happens after Ethereum can't be mined anymore? What will these GPUs do on other algorithms? So the first one we're going to check out is Ravencoin. So let me get that set up, get some overclocks dialed in, and we'll check out how they size up next to each other. And hopefully this helps you make decisions on what might be the better buy for you. And I'll give some of my thoughts here at the end. All right, what you're looking at are the Ravencoin hash rates that I was able to get. And I'll give you a glimpse into my madness of testing this algorithm. I mean, just look at this nonsense that I got caught up in trying to find a good amount of efficiency between the amount of wattage I was using and the mega hash that I could get out of each GPU. What I found when doing the overclocks for the Kawpow algorithm on Ravencoin is that it really likes the core on both the 1660 Ti and Super. So where I landed on the Ti's bumped the core up to 125, and I could do up to 150 on the Super, and I let that run for a while. No crashes, no rejected or invalid shares or anything. I tried bumping up the memory because I know it likes memory on some other of my GPUs, but I had absolutely no positive results giving these GPUs any memory overclocks on this algorithm. For power, I got a little stuck because they run really power efficient on Ethereum, and I know the Kawpow algorithm takes a little bit more power. And after all the testing I did, where I landed is the Ti gave me the best efficiency, best results at about 80 watts. And then the Super gave me the best at the 75 watts, which is typically where you would run it on Ethereum. And since the 1660 Ti has a better core in its graphics card, you can see that's why we're doing better hash rate wise on this algorithm. So that's what I was able to get. If you are able to get different results, better efficiency, let me know down in the comment section. But you can see the power limits that I wound up running on these GPUs in MSI here. You got 61% power limit on the Super and 62% power limit on the Ti to give me that wattage. I did try lock core clock, but I tried it using what I would typically use for Ethereum, which that algorithm doesn't really use core, and I was getting terrible hash rates. So I might be able to mess around a little bit more there with a higher lock on the core clock, but I haven't got to that yet. But anyway, this is what I was able to achieve. The other thing you'll notice as you run this algorithm is that, as you can see here, the hash rates will jump up and down just a little bit. So it takes some time to understand what the average is for each GPU. So that is Kawpow on the with Ravencoin. So I'm going to shut this down, and then we'll do Ergo next, see how that hash is, and then we'll look at profitability and all that stuff right after. So let me get Ergo set up, and we'll be right back. Let's check out Ergo on its Autolykos algorithm. So right now what you can see is the 1660 Ti. It's doing 59 mega hash per second at only 67 watts. And the Super is doing 62.4 mega hash per second at only same 67 watts. I am running my same lock core clock settings that I would be using for Ethereum, which you can see here is the core clock is locked at 1050. And over in MSI Afterburner, I'm using the same memory overclocks that I have used on these GPUs for years and years for Ethereum, which is plus 100 on the memory, core is 0, and power limit's 100 since I'm doing lock core clock in the miner's batch file. So those are the results on Ergo. And as you might have put together, the reason the Super is doing more is because it has better RAM inside of it to give it that better hash rate. It's the same reason that GPU does more mega hash per second on Ethereum versus the Ti. So let's take those results and head over to what to mine. I've already got the Ethash, Autolykos, and Kawpow plugged in here. And we're going to see first on the 1660 Ti what we're doing as of making this video in profitability and where each of those three coins stack up. So Ethereum, number one, no surprise there. Ravencoin coming in behind that. Pretty good gap here, by the way. And then Ergo coming in last on the 1660 Ti. Let's do the same thing for the Super. So we're going to go ahead and calculate there. We've got Ethereum, Ergo, and Ravencoin selected. And on the Super, you can see Ethereum, again, coming up number one. But then Ergo takes the spot behind it and Ravencoin behind that. Again, this is not a huge surprise since what these GPUs have in them, the Ti being better at core, and the super being better at memory. So my thoughts, and really to answer that question, what GPU might be the better buy, if you're presented with both of them at relatively same prices, what might be the better buy looking ahead in the long term? Honestly, looking at just Ergo and Ravencoin, I mean, take your pick, right? One will do better on one project, one will do better on the other as it stands right now. There are other algorithms out there that I did not test. Some are better at core, some are better at memory. But really, maybe what you should look at is what projects you'd like to mine, and is that GPU going to be the best one for it? Personally, with these GPUs, all things aside, I really don't think you can go wrong. They're both fantastic graphics cards. They both have their place now, and I think, in my opinion, will continue to have a place in mining in the future. So I would love to know your thoughts down in the comment section. What do you think might be the better buy? What of these GPUs do you have and you really love? Let me know. But as always, guys, I hope you liked the video. Hit the like button if you did. Subscribe for more content on GPU mining. Jump in my Discord if you'd like to chat. And as always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and I'll see you in the next video.